The problem that I have, personally as a senator of Nairobi, I don't even recognize this entity called Rivers Commission. It's unconstitutional. The people we know is the county government of Nairobi. And this issue of backpassing, we know the demolitions happened. The people just want answers. They don't want to be passed around to commissions that we don't even know their constitutional mandate. Who are these people?
And were the affected parties consulted through a public participation? And exactly what do you do with the rights of those that had settled there already? That is the county government. The county government cannot escape from that particular one.
Governor, the response that you've put on record, I have to say it's very disappointing because it does not respond to the petition. It absolutely does not speak to the questions in the petition. And Chair, with your permission, Governor, unless you think that I'm saying my own things.
No, I don't think that.
The petition, the petitioners are saying they have never been consulted. There has been no public participation. There is no representation in this project of the local people. Where in your response do you address any of those issues that have been raised by the people? Secondly, the things you are now speaking to are not part of your official response. They are not part of your official response. You are even telling us that you are giving us a situation as at the date of your letter, this response. That response is not even dated, Governor.
But Chair,
the response is not signed by anyone, you know? So it is a bit frustrating for me, Chair, because we are not seeing the response engaging with the issues in the petition.
Chair, I can answer that. That's why I'm here. Me speaking here is part of my official response.
No. Yes. Governor, with due respect, you have been a member of this house. It's a house of record. You give an official response to the issues. Response to the issues in writing. That is why we send you the petition itself. And then now we can interrogate it. Chair, unless there is a different procedure.
There is a covering letter signed by the governor.
The one I'm looking at here.
This from which is supposed to accompany the response.
Chair, I signed the responses and I own them.
Yes.
The point that we're making, and I'll let my CC elucidate, is that the county government has not evicted people. So we can't answer about public participation in eviction that we have not done. The county government has not evicted.
So who is supposed to answer those questions? That's
why you invited three agencies. You invited the Rivers Commission, you invited the county government, and you invited the ministry. And that's why I've asked you to then move that to the Rivers Commission, and the chair is here to be able to explain. And the multi-agency.
Yeah,
that's why we're different entities.
Governor, maybe on your part, were you consulted on the issues of the eviction, or they just hope people woke up one morning and bulldozers were ravaging and nobody knew about it?
Maybe my CC might be here.
Chair, with your permission, maybe the governor can put down all the questions we're asking, then they respond. Because if we do this back and forth, we're not going to move. But the problem that I have, personally as a senator of Nairobi, I don't even recognize this entity called Rivers Commission. It's unconstitutional. The people we know is the county government of Nairobi. And this issue of backpassing, we know the demolitions happened. The people just want answers. They don't want to be passed around to commissions that we don't even know their constitutional mandate. Who are these people?
Senator Sifuna, I think the Nairobi Rivers Commission has been gazetted. And unless maybe the court rules that it is unconstitutional, we go by the fact that it
Chair, you are a lawyer.
It is an existing.
Chair, you are a lawyer. The rivers are a devolved function. How can you gazette something to deal with a devolved function and then you say the gazette is what makes them legal?
Yes. We can say they are currently as it is, because unless a court pronounces on that gazette notice, we have no power as a committee to declare the notice illegal.
This is why I was suggesting to you, Chair,
of the courts.
This is what I was suggesting to you, that the primary responsibility to the people of Nairobi are the ones we elected, the county government of Nairobi. You yourself have put a question to them. They are the primary planning entity or authority. He has told you there is a plan. He has told us about plans to put up a boardwalk along the river. Let them be the ones to answer these questions. It's very unfair to send us to commissions that we don't even know where they come from.
The commission is here. They'll have an opportunity. Senator Newt.
Problem.
Yes.
Thank you, Chair. Maybe following up on the issue raised by the Senator of Nairobi. Chair, I think it is squarely the mandate. It's squarely on the county government of Nairobi. If you look at the petition, there is, Chair, a notice dated 5th of March 2025 by the Nairobi City County. And this, Chair, referred to declaration of, I think, 30 meters beyond riparian as a special planning area by the county government. So, Chair, I think the governor, that squarely lies on the county government, so that then they tell us exactly what informed, Chair, the declaration of these 30 meters to make a total of 60 meters, because we have 30 meters riparian and 30 meters declared by the county government of Nairobi as a special planning area. So that, Chair, then the other issues raised as per eviction and as per, public participation, because riparian is different. But these 30 meters, I think the governor would do us good to tell us what informed it, and were the affected parties consulted through a public participation, and exactly what do you do with the rights of those that had settled there already. That is the county government. The county government cannot escape from that particular one, if it will, on the others. Thank you.
The county government does not wish to escape from anything. We're the planning authority. Yeah? Maybe I'll have my chief officer explain what a special planning area is. What that means. It doesn't mean eviction. It means controlled development. It's under the Physical Land Use Planning Act. You know, when you declare a special planning area, maybe you can explain that just for clarity. And then the issue of the commission exists, and you're the ones who invited. So it's good to hear, you know, the work that they've been doing and what they intend to do.
Commission.
Yes, Chair, the provisions for declaration of an area as a special planning area is provided for within the Physical and Land Use Planning Act of 2019. And basically, when you declare an area as a special planning area, you recognize its uniqueness and being a special area in terms of development control, and the fact that you may give discretion to certain planning standards. In this case, this being an informal settlement, the process of preparation of a special plan for development control of this area would take into account the requests, the considerations, and what is prevailing within the area and captured during the public participation.
Yeah, Chair, maybe just a follow-up, because then after that area was declared a special planning area, the petitioners are saying the notice was given by the CC Nairobi County, and the notice was dated 6th March 2025, was communicated to the community after the 14-day notice expired, so they did not have their input. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, just before you go, Patrick Analo, I want to take you back before the notice itself, what the Constitution says. Forget the physical planning laws. There is a Constitution, Governor. A pronouncement such as the one contained in that notice is an implementation or a making of a public policy decision. It is a decision you've decided that this is going to be a special planning zone. That's a public policy decision. Under Article 10, there are things that come prior to making that public policy decision. Honorable Chair, Article 10 requires that whenever any of these governmental authorities enacts, applies, or interprets any law, makes or implements public policy decisions, such as declaring some place a special planning zone, you have to apply the principles in Article 10, which requires public participation. It has to come prior to that notice. So the response we are expecting, Governor, is you demonstrate to us that prior to issuance of this notice, there was involvement of the community, there was public participation. That is all we need to see.
Okay, Chair, I can demonstrate that. Chair, if you read the notice, and Senator, we understand the Constitution as well. There are certain provisions in the law that you have to follow, including in this declaration. The declaration is an intention. Just read the notice. Following a request by the Ministry of Lands, Public Works, Housing and Urban Development to declare the Nairobi River Corridor as a special planning area, and in exercise of the powers conferred by Section 52 and 53 of PLUPA, the County Executive Committee member Built Environment and Urban Planning intends to declare the Nairobi River Corridor as a special planning area. The corridor spans the area along Nairobi River from Naivasha Road to Ruai, including river tributaries. The corridor covers a spatial area extending 60 meters beyond the high water, so it describes the area. Then it explains this declaration will enable preparation of the local physical development and land use plan. The plan will provide a framework for river regeneration, flood hazard mitigation, riparian land use and redevelopment of the land, including infrastructure development and construction of social and affordable housing and associated social and physical infrastructure. It will also encompass a financing structure for the development of the special planning area. The multi-sectoral planning process will be undertaken by the Nairobi City County Government in collaboration with the Ministry of Lands, Public Works, Housing and Urban Development, Nairobi Rivers Commission, National Environmental Management Authority and other relevant stakeholders. A map detailing the designated area will be physically available at the office of the Chief Officer, who is next to me. The same will also be displayed at the precincts of the city government offices, all ward administration offices, including in Korogosho, within the targeted sub-counties, as well as the Nairobi City County official website. And that was done. We hereby invite members of the public to submit their comments of this proposal in writing within 14 days through email address, which is provided there. It is not a declaration of a policy. It is that intention. You must put it out that, yes, this is what we want to do. Now bring your comments at the sub-county office, at the ward admin's office, at City Hall, so that those can be considered. Chair, that was what this notice means. Different parts of the city, Chair, and I can illustrate, and I think further evidence can be provided, have given different comments. For instance, if you go from the Kileleshwa-Lavington area, many of those homeowners have actually said, yes, we put our fence at the riparian because of security issues. But now that this program is being done, that we support, we are willing to move. Kangemi has a different issue, because of the nature of land tenure, historically, it's ancestral land, and so there are different issues that have been brought to the county for every different stage. So it is not just a declaration that we have decided it is a special blood. No, public participation is extremely important, but it follows a process that is laid down in the law and in PLUPA, Chair.